morning, everybody. Well, I guess it's 12:01, so technically, good afternoon. Grandma Bev here from Life with Grandma Bev, and welcome to this week's Ride Along with Me. Now, today, I decided to go into Bremerton, which is where the Navy base is. So, Bremerton tends to not be the safest. I mean, it is, but you know what I mean? It's just a little different. A lot of old stuff, you know, buildings maybe not taken care of because they have, you know, a fluctuating amount of people coming and going. They're stationed here, they're not, you know. So, yeah. So today, though, I've planned out my route. We're going to go first to the big $1.25 tree in East Bremerton, which is my favorite. It's the biggest. And from there, just a block or two down from that is a Goodwill. And from there, we're going down into Bremerton. The other two stores are in East Bremerton. But we'll go down into the regular Bremerton and go to the Salvation Army, which I do not remember when I went there. It might have been 20 years ago. Who knows? So we'll go check that store out. And then from there, we'll head back up to Silverdale and go to the Target. And depending on what time it is after all that, I'll decide if I go anywhere else. But boy, a lot of pollen floating around here. I noticed the gas was up to $5.09. It was just $4.99, not even more than a week ago at the Safeway, which is cheaper. So it takes about 40 minutes to get down there. So I'm going to turn you off. I'm going a different route. I'm going to go down to the freeway and go down. So as we get closer to Dollar Tree, I'll turn you back on so you can kind of see the scenery in East Bremerton. So, I will see you in a bit. And I'm back. I just got off the freeway. That only took 13 minutes. I was surprised. But, if I went to the right, we'd be going over to the mall, which will be coming back that way. And turning to the left, you can head down into East Bremerton. So we're kind of skirting on the north side of Silverdale. So it's a different viewpoint. You might be able to see the big hospital they built up there, but we'll see once we get turned. Now this is the exit that has traffic going towards each other at times. It's weird. You know, when you're going to turn the one way, you got people sitting, waiting for the light to change that are facing you, and vice versa. They cross the whole lane to make the left on the freeway. It's just really interesting. One of the first times that you come through here. Oh, here we go. The light changed. Ooh. I tell you, I'm starting to drive like an old lady. Let's see, where do we go? Okay, I don't know if you can see way over there in the hill because it's kind of up in the trees, the hospital. But as you can see, the scenery wherever you go is pretty much the same. Unless you go over into Seattle City, you know, but we don't go in there very often if we can possibly help it. A truck on my butt. I'm doing over the speed limit, so we'll let him do his thing and gets over and try to go around. Now, over here to my left is our old stomping grounds where Bob and I lived when we first moved over here to the Kitnip Peninsula. So the hospital was to the right there. I don't know if you saw it through the trees. And the guy, you know, cut in front of me. Because I'm doing 60 and a 55. So we're going to go down this road for a little ways. It's pretty much all the same scenery that you're seeing. going to turn you off again. And as we get closer to the Dollar Tree, I'll turn you back on. Okay, we're getting fairly close. I just passed a gas station that was $5.45 a gallon. That was a mobile station. Now here's another Safeway. It's $5.29 a gallon. So see, the closer you get into the city, the higher it is. But Washington State does have a lot of taxes on gasoline because we don't have an income tax here. So they've got to make it up somewhere. So, I didn't tell you how the weather was. Well, you can see it's overcast, cloudy, overcast, but it's, what is it, 64 degrees out. So not too cold. I mean, I've got capris on, but, you know, for my, I don't know what to put on for a shirt, because I get so hot when I go in stores that I put on a 3/4 sleeve today. Long sleeve would have been too warm, even if I pushed it up. So, let's see. Here we come to the turn for $1.25. Once this light changes. Now, to the left, we had passed a Lowe's. That's the only Lowe's in the area. There's a Fred Meyers. Those of you probably from Oregon are familiar with Fred Meyers. When we lived in Silverdale, Bob and I used to go down here to grocery shop, but now we're just too far from it. Come on, light. Oh, there it goes. Let's see, what's the Fred Meyer gas? $5.35. It's crowded today. Not sure if I'll take my camera out in the store because I didn't bring my little camera holder. So, forgot it. So I'll go in there, see what I find, and I'll come back out and tell you what I found. See you in a bit. Look at all the yard art they have here. I mean, look at that. Usually, the other stores, you're lucky to find a few things. Those are all the ones you stick in the ground. But you can see, this store goes way back. Goes way, I mean, I'm kind of in the side of it, but you can't see as much. But got a lot of toys. The craft part, which I'm not going to go down because I'll be tempted to get stickers. I really don't need them. One thing, I'm getting my arms work out because the carts are always so hard in dollar stores. And you see way down there, that's part of the store. So turn that off again. You can see how deep that goes. Now I'm down in the cart area. I'm still heading the same direction as I came on before. And then right through here, the lines start going kind of diagonally. So we're looking back towards the front. Here's another viewpoint. I'm looking from on the diagonal. I'll look towards the front. Looking down through here, all those rows are food items. So this stocks quite a bit of food. And it's got the frozen food section. Okay, I'm back. Whew, that wasn't too painful, but it was crowded. Oh. And this one, like I showed in the, you'll see in the video that I did take inside the store. It's got a lot more rows of food items. I mean, everything is just a little more exaggerated. They even had a bunch of books. And I haven't seen books in any of the stores for quite a while. Now, I did pick up several things, so I'll do them in a haul video, but lunch, got to have a little bit of protein, you know what I mean? So, I'll leave this camera on while we go down to Goodwill. This is just right down from here. You know me, I have my little pick-me-up, but you know, I ate it 9 this morning. I haven't eaten anything since. Okay, let's see. Make sure nobody's coming. I don't have one of those cameras or things that beep when people are getting near me or anything. That's in the other car, and I'm afraid to drive it. Okay, that's... Let me turn you around. Back on the main road. They've got a new brewing company back here. Let me see if I can turn. You can see it through there. This also used to be a movie theater down here. I don't know if it's still there, but I never see anything in the paper or, you know, online for movies. The Wilco over to the left. That used to be where a Kmart was. Already turning into where the Goodwill is. Like I say, this isn't the most safest area to live in, so, you know, I don't come down here too often. We used to have to go all this way just to go to a hospital. But then they built a new one in Silverdale, which is more centrally located. Let's see. Goodwill. Last time I went here was like last year when we were still here. And I wasn't real impressed. They didn't have that much in it. But, you know, you never know what they're going to get in. So, I'll go in and I'll be back out and put my mask back on. I was one of like 2 people who had their mask on in Dollar Tree. I don't want to get sick before my trip, so I've got it on now, and I'll be back shortly. Well, that wasn't very interesting. I see why I prefer to go to the one up in Silverdale rather than here. They didn't have things like what I'm looking for. They didn't really have any grab bag kind of things, you know. I mean, just in kids' toys, and I don't need any kids' toys. So I found 3 things. Like I say, I'll show you everything once I get home. And there's a couple. Luck, I must have 2 baby twins, one with hair, one without hair. Anyway, to give you an idea of the area, pay attention when I pull out of here. You'll see the front of the building has all these white spots all over it. It's where they painted over the graffiti. What can I say, you know? People got to live somewhere. Okay, here we go. So now we are going to go down to Salvation Army. Let me turn you around here so you can see the... You guys quit listening to me a while back. I've been talking away and there's nobody there. I look and the camera was black. So, to make a long story short, I went to where the Salvation Army used to be and the way it looks online. See this thing all boarded up? Okay, well, like I said, I went down to where it used to be. Wasn't there. Oh, there it is. I just went by it. Okay, can I get in there another way? I don't know. This is the really bad part of town, but you know, we gotta be brave, right? So I'm just kind of driving around trying to find it. Let's see, up ahead there's a patch of green area that, in fact, it looks like it's, okay, maybe if I go up around the corner. I don't know if you can see the people, but there are a lot of people just sitting out on the lawn. This is where, if you're going to find homeless people, they're going to be right down in here. In fact, that one building I pointed out that was all boarded up, that was a, this guy totally unaware that I'm coming down the road. That was a, what do you call it? One of those mission gospel places that people could go into, you know, get a bed maybe for the night or whatever they did. So we're going to go up here. In fact, we're going to pass that building I was talking about because it was right next to the Salvation Army. So I was surprised. So I thought maybe, well, maybe that was the Salvation Army, the thing I thought was a gospel mission. Gosh. Okay, up here's where I want to turn in. Is this it? No. Where did it go? Sorry, people behind me, but I'm lost. Yeah, okay, up here to the right. Ooh, over the curbs. Is there a door? Yeah. Is there a door into it? Okay, I don't know what I'm gonna find, but for sure I'll put my mask on. I don't even think I'll take a cart until I see if there's anything I want. Okay. Okay. See you shortly. For Pete's sakes. I just did all my talking about what happened and I go to switch you around the other way and I hadn't turned you on. Okay, back to the beginning. Okay, I got out of the car. Went to the doors around here, and it's the one door, so to go around the other side of the building, at the entrance, main entrance. Was on the other side of the building. So I go walking down the street, you know, and I start to turn to go into where the entrance should be. And there was a guy taking his shirt off down there, and I thought, no, this isn't the thrift store. So I turn around, come back, and I'm almost in my car. I hear, hello, hello, and I'm thinking, oh shit, you know, mommy. So I kept saying it, so I kind of stopped, you know, holding tighter onto my purse. And it was a man that worked there, so and he asked if he could help me. And I said, well, I'm assuming this isn't the thrift store. He says, no, this is the homeless shelter. So I said, okay, Siri led me to here. Didn't I tell you Siri does not like me? So anyway, I said, I had thought there was, you know, it was way down the street here and off to the right. And he says, well, you're probably thinking of the St. Vincent de Paul. So he says, well, go back down there. And turn to the right, which I had gone down that road. I didn't see a St. Vincent de Paul, but we're going to go back down anyway. So anyway, here's the building where I started to go down there, and the guy was taking his clothes off. So, see, I don't have anybody to go with me on these trips, which is why I don't come down to Bremerton very often. And I know I won't be coming down here again unless I just go as far as the buck and a quarter tree. So I'm, like I said before when I thought I was talking to you, I'm going to turn you off and turn you around. So off to my right is a Burger King that Michelle worked in back when she was a teenager. I'm just sitting here waiting for the light. Now, the car is really vibrating sitting here, but I don't know if you're going to be jumping all over, but the roads are so not kept up down here that must have been enough to where it made you guys shut off. Here we go. To my left is also where Michelle used to go dancing. She had all her dancing lessons. It looks like it's still, Bremerton Dance Center. Been in operation for a long time. So I spent a lot of time coming down here back then. And also to my left is another Catholic church. So I say another because my dad used to make the rounds. One day he'd go to this church, one day they'd go to one in Polkbo, wherever there was I think there were 3 churches he used to kind of go around to. Sure hope this is recording because it's not looking quite like it. It could be on slow-mo. I hate it when that happens. Naval Shipyard entrance is to the left. Go down the street a couple of blocks. So let's see, here's Naval Avenue. See, a lot of these names are military type names. Welcome home, USS Nimitz. So the Nimitz must be back in port today, or whenever they came in. Who knows, maybe they've been and they've left. I don't know. It's when you always find a lot of sailors around and the younger gals. Oh, let's go see if we can find a sailor. And the sailors are going, let's go see if we can find some high school girls. Didn't think of that aspect of it when Bob and I moved over here, that we were moving into a Navy territory when we had teenage daughters. Let me check something out. Okay, I just wanted to make sure it was on video. Okay, so to turn right here. We already came down this street, but we'll see. We have to go up and down it a couple of times. Okay, green lights. I'm gonna... Don't see a St. Vincent de Paul down here. We'll go a little further. Let's turn you around a little so you can see both sides. I think whatever it is I'm thinking of is down a little further from here. What's this guy in front of me doing? You can see different homeless people sitting around if you to look. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. Mama, let's go around the corner then. Street looks familiar. I went around the corner here earlier trying to find Salvation Army on this route. So I get Salvation Army. You just don't have stores everywhere now anymore, you know? Only one I found is when I'm with Michelle and we're in Vegas. I'm sure hitting the lights. Okay, here we go. These have all large bags and backpacks with the cashier. Hope not. Do not take shopping carts inside. Or out, outside, I was gonna say. Okay, I'm gonna turn you off while I go in. Okay, well that was kind of pathetic. Pathetic in the sense that you could tell that not a lot of people donate to here. Because the things they had were pretty much not a lot. And really old stuff, you know, crappy stuff, you know, that you don't even necessarily see in the Goodwill. So, I mean, it was clean. Can't complain about that. I didn't come out feeling like I need to take a shower. But, I mean, am I being a snob? I don't know. So, at least I got that out of my system. I checked out the places down here in Bremerton and know that we don't need to come down here again. So, I'm going to go get back up on the freeway, go into Silverdale, and we'll go to Target. So, let me turn you off, and we'll see you up in the other neck of the woods. We're coming, excuse me, to the exit for Silverdale, part of Silverdale, the mall area and where the stores and everything are. So we've kind of made a circle. So when we first left and got off the freeway, we headed left over to Bremerton, East Bremerton. And now we're getting back onto the area. Or if we turned right, we would have gone over to the mall, if you understand what I mean. So, we're going to Target now. And it's just right down here. Passing by Red Lobster and Olive Garden on our right. Applebee's on our left. Let's see. You can see over there, Target. Like I say, I don't know what to expect. Last time I was in the Target, it was in Yuma. So, I mean, I didn't really find much, you know, very good sales or anything there. pedestrians, and there aren't any, so we'll go continue on. So turn up this row. Oh, there's somebody pulling out. We'll just wait for him. Kind of reminds me of, oh, I guess there was a place right there. Kind of reminds me of a Kmart shopping lot. Not Kmart, Walmart. So I'm right next to the cart area, which that's fun. And if I do find things, I turn my cart easier. Okay, well, let's go in, see what we find. Hello. Well, that was kind of a waste. You know, I mean, to be fair, it wasn't really anything I needed, but if there was something that was really a good sale, I would have gotten it. So, if they're having big sales, I sure didn't see them. Maybe they've already gotten rid of all the big stuff or the good stuff, or was it just stuff that I wasn't interested in. I picked up two things, the same thing, two of them. So I'll show them to you later, but I'm debating on whether I want to just go home or go to Ulta. I know I go to Ulta, I'll spend money. So we'll see. Let me turn you off, and then well, when I come back on, we'll see where I ended up. Okay, I'm giving in to temptation. I'm going to Ulta. And this is the same shopping center that has like Marshalls, and oh, there's a place I could have gotten, but somebody scooted in ahead of me. Probably some young whippersnapper. Okay, here's a good one here. I'll try to control myself, but I know one thing I'm more than likely to get if they have it, and that's my Josie Marin milk. And I'm really close to the person next to me. Let me back up a little so that they have room to get in and out. Okay, that's better. Alrighty, well, here I go. I'll be back. I see something that says $5. What is it? Okay, buds. Back short. Okay, well, I just got out of Ulta. Everything's, to me, is so expensive in there. And, of course, most of it I don't use. If I bought a lot of it, I'd be giving it away. So I might just wait till what comes in my boxes. I did buy... excuse me, Josie Marin milk. Stuff for my face to take on our trip. Thought I'd get it while I was there. I've checked online to see how much it is everywhere else, and it's all the same price. So. Picked that up. So it's now 3:30. I think I'm going to call it a day and go home. So I guess that osh gosh bagosh is where I saw the $5 sign. There's nothing $5 in Ulta. I can see it now, the $5. Okay, so tell me what you thought of today's trip. Comment below, share, like, and subscribe. And I'll only come back on if there's something really interesting to show you. I love you all. Bye.